Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In-the-Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, December 6th, 2012. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are trading lower by 1.5 points to 1406.75. Little down ticking going on here. Nothing terrible, nothing great. Again, this is just what the market is doing today. Very, very volatile overnight session. You can see around midnight how the market was much lower, around 1404. Rallied up all the way above 1410 around 5 o'clock in the morning and then came back down. And right now settling in around 1406 before the opening bell rings at the New York Stock Exchange. So again, we'll see how this plays out. Traders should keep an eye on the U.S. dollar index. I think this is still the most important chart that anyone could follow. You'll see also the dollar's been all over the map, up, down, and all around. Right now the dollar is basically trading flat on the session, around 79.77, and that is on the U.S. dollar index futures. So again, the dollar, if the dollar catch a bid, watch for equity prices to come under some distribution. If the dollar starts to fall, obviously markets will inflate. That's what we call inflation. So in any case, the dollar is still the most important chart that you can follow, and we'll see how it plays out. Let's take a look at some economic news out here today before we get into gold and silver and oil. Right now, you do have the Italian market under a little bit of pressure in Europe, but everything else seems to be doing fine. German DAX is up 1%, so that is holding steady Eddie. Again, it looks like earlier today you had the ECB and the Bank of England both keeping their rates unchanged. I believe at 8:30 this morning, which is about 5 minutes from now, there's going to be a press conference from Mario Draghi, and we'll see how that plays out. The one troubled area in Europe is Italy this morning. Italy is down about 0.9%. It actually was down a little bit over 1% earlier, but we'll see how that plays out going forward. The rest of Europe is really holding steady with the German DAX gaining today. So again, we'll see how that all shakes out going forward. There was economic news out of the European Union. Again, just slightly weaker data. Greek unemployment hit a new record high. Nobody seems to care. And Spain unemployment obviously is still pretty terrible, but no one seems to care. As long as Germany continues to do better, and it looks like German factory orders rose 3.9% in October. So that's much better than expected. And as long as Germany holds up, that's really all the European Union is about these days. All right, let's see what else we have. At 8:30, you're going to have weekly jobless claims, so we'll have to watch for that also. That'll be out in about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at gold. Gold this morning is trading just lower by 1 point. It was down about $3 or $4 earlier. It's around $1,693 an ounce. So gold a little on the weaker side. Let's take a look at the GLD. GLD here, you can see trading at 163.64. So that is lower from the $164.12 close yesterday. So gold under a little bit of pressure, GLD in particular this morning. Again, little weakness in that area. I'm not really seeing any strength there. So traders need to be a little bit cautious. The other day, gold was down when the dollar was down, and that's telling us gold is under some distribution in the near term. Let's take a look at the USO and oil. Light sweet crude today is down by 36 cents to 87.51 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO, which was actually down yesterday as well, and that is getting hit a little bit today. Closed at 32.22 yesterday, and today it's trading at $32.08. So under a little bit of pressure here this morning. If the dollar caught any kind of a bid, oil would go a lot lower, I think, at the moment. So would gold, but the dollar seems to be really just at the flat line, so can't make too much out of that one. But if the dollar did catch a bid, oil and gold could go a lot lower today. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, markets are flat. They're not telling us much. It could go either way as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look at some stocks in the news. First, you're going to have Lululemon. Stock was getting hit earlier. Looks like it has rebounded back up already. So the only thing I can make out of Lululemon today is if the stock comes down to around this 63.30, 63.40. I think there's a fair amount of support there. Let me just see what else I have here on my chart. Just bear with me one moment. Yeah, you're going to watch that level. Also around the 62.40. That's going to be pretty good support as well. So keep an eye on that. We've already tested this little 63 and change level. Watch 62.40 and then 58.90. Those are going to be your short-term support levels for Lululemon. And then after that, obviously down to $52. While I don't see it getting down there, you never know. But again, 62.40 and then 58.90. Those are your two respective support levels on Lululemon for scalps today if it does get down there. Let's take a look at Walter Energy. This stock is catching a bid. Looks like there's some rumors out there that BHP is going to try to take these guys over. Walter Energy has just crumbled over the past year. The stock has gone from basically in 2011 $140 equity all the way down to $31. Again, they're involved in metallurgical coal. That sector's just been annihilated. Right now, I have to think that the stock has a lot of resistance around 36.25, 36.20. So watch that area right there. I don't see it getting much above there. So that would be its upside potential even on this takeover. Make it 36.25, 36.30 in that vicinity. Watch that resistance. After that, it's 38.10 and then 41.44. Those are going to be your respective resistance points. But again, Walter Energy, nice little pop today on takeover speculation. But really a lot of resistance around 36.33. Probably could be good for a scalp there on the short side. Let's take a look at Men's Warehouse. Ticker symbol is WM. This stock is getting hit today pretty sharply. Closed yesterday at $31.35. Today it's trading at $27.82 all the way down here. I don't think there's much here that you could do until this thing gets really down to 26 bucks. 26 bucks I think is going to be a good area. It might even be 26.50. So again, 26.50. Hard to pinpoint this one to the penny. That's where I think you'll find some support areas for Men's Warehouse. Please take into consideration it is a very light volume name, meaning it trades less than 1 million shares a day on average. That also tells you it could overshoot. I really wouldn't do nothing with this stock until I see $26.50 or $26. And believe it or not, you don't have that much further to go. It could get down there by the opening bell. So we'll see how that plays out. Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS is the ticker symbol. This one here is issuing a special dividend. So I'm going to say the stock probably could hold up around the 52.50 level, maybe 53 bucks. I don't even see it getting up there personally, but hey, you never know. So don't try to fade, Dick's Sporting Goods. Although I do think there's a fair amount of resistance up here at this 53 level. They are issuing a special dividend. Special dividend stocks have usually will hold up for a couple days, and obviously once they pay the dividend out, the stock will decline by that amount. So don't make too much about it, but you want to watch these special dividend names. But I think Dick's Sporting Goods is giving out a $2 special dividend or something like that. So again, you're going to get more of these companies doing that going forward, and we'll just have to see how they play out. Really once they give those dividends, once they pay them out, the stock will drop by that amount. I think that's pretty much everything that we planned on covering right now. I'm not seeing anything else. Weekly jobless claims are out. I'm not exactly even sure. It looks like they dropped 25,000 and 370,000 weekly claims. So, the Hurricane Sandy effect is still there. Futures are still down $1. They really haven't moved much. And all we care about is the reaction. We don't really care about the claims or anything like that. As traders, you just want to watch the reaction in the market, and that will tell you, what to do. But in any case, markets are holding steady, basically flat on the day. We'll see where they finish out by the end of the day. Again, watch that dollar. It will tell you a lot. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care now.